Hey, it's Michael Douglas. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Pundit, where we talk about music, not medicine. And on this edition, it's the brand new In Brief feature on this channel, where I try to put as much information to a bite-sized morsel with stuff that just pops into my head and says, hey, I've got to get out and make a video about this. I thought this was important enough to do it, so I'll just go ahead and get started. On this day, June 29th, 2007, the Apple iPhone debuted. Okay, I didn't get my first one until 2009, 2 years later, and I remember I resisted it too because I didn't know what to expect with this. And, do you remember when the only real option to bring music with you wherever you went was to pop some big-ass batteries into a boombox and carry it around with you? Well, maybe that was my generation, Generation X. How about... You remember the nostalgic age of the Walkman, perhaps? Probably still youngest of Generation X, maybe the oldest of the millennials. Or how about the iPod, okay, which came out just over 20 years ago, about 23, 24 years ago. I still think that's, the oldest Gen Zers are only 3 or 4 when that happened. So, well, how about this? The youngest among us, Gen Zers, probably the oldest Gen Zers, were about 10 years old when the iPhone debuted. So they are really kind of in that stage, especially in the stage of being tweens, where they probably pressured their parents to get them an iPhone once they kind of hit 12, 13 years of age. And when Apple debuted the iPhone, it basically changed everything, of course. Of course, with the iPhone, there was no need to carry a separate device to enjoy some portable music. Apple integrated the ability to listen to music into an actual phone, which was quite revolutionary. Now, like I said, Apple introduced the iPod back in 2001, the first of its kind to make digital music entirely portable. And the iPhone subsequently could do everything the iPod could do and more, of course. It was capable of taking photos, playing music, accessing the internet, and taking calls. The age of basically carrying around a music device, a camera, and a clunky portable cell phone was officially over. And the real breakthrough, of course, was the implementation of the touchscreen that housed all the apps. And when this first dropped, it was as if we finally broke through into something technologically advanced that, wow, this is really a game changer. Even to say it was a game changer was totally an understatement. We were looking at a totally advanced future that really had yet to be realized. Potential was there. The vast majority of cell phones up to that time featured physical keyboards. Like the BlackBerry, took up a lot of space, resulted in smaller screens. However, the iPhone was a keyboard, a screen, a music player, a phone, and so on. The original iPhone model was all the rage, of course, immediately after it dropped. Their competitors, like Nokia or the old school BlackBerry, were left in the dust, basically. They sold over 1 million iPhones, Apple said, in the first 2 months of release. But the focus is on the music here, since we're on Dr. Pundit, and I really can't skip on that. The iPhone's audio capabilities were pretty revolutionary for the time. Users could store music into their libraries and also listen to their music online through, at that time, was YouTube, before the first official streaming service to get an app on the iPhone, Spotify or Pandora, in the early 2010s, really took hold. And this ability to do that through apps created new opportunities for distribution and even recording. Now, it seems like we've advanced at an alarming rate since 2007. Now, smartphones, of course, are at the center of our everyday lives. We use them for news, communication, productivity, or lack thereof, depending on how much time you actually spend doom scrolling, which, of course, that happened as a result, unintended consequence. Music consumption has also evolved, and apps like Spotify and YouTube Music continue to influence the way we consume and discover music today. And it all started 18 years ago today, June 29th, with the official OG iPhone. I'm Michael Douglas, the initial In Brief segment here on Dr. Pundit, and thanks for watching.